Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the World War II Solitaire board game channel, and I just have to play one more game of Aachen. This is a great game, and if you watched my previous video, you know I got my ass kicked, so I want payback. If you are watching this video to learn how to play the game, I would recommend you to watch my earlier video where I first discussed the setup of the game, and then as I'm playing it, I talk more about the rules. In this video, I'm gonna assume if you're watching this, you know how to play this. I assume that you watched my previous video. So again, go watch the previous video if you're watching to learn. Okay, so the game is set up and we're ready to play, and we're gonna get to it right away. So we have the Dawn phase, which is getting reinforcements and leaders of the out of action box. But since we haven't had a previous turn, obviously we ignore that. So we go straight for the random event phase. And I really hope we don't get Dre now. So we get 11. Oh, and that's none. How beautiful. My last game was kind of cursed. I had so much rain. Supply points. I mean, it's not the best number there, but it's completely fine. We get 9 supply points. So I am gonna buy engineer support and artillery support mainly for this turn. So let's see, 9. That's 3 points for both of these. 1 point for artillery support, 2 points for engineer support, and I got 9 points, so I can get 3 of each, and that's gonna be 9 points. Okay, so then we start playing, and I would like to take, it would be very good if I could take 1 suburban area and then 1 urban area. My plan is to attempt the tactic I attempted basically my last game, but hoping for less rain. And I mean, we have a total of 9 turns. So if we reduce the morale by at least 2 points in every turn, we will have reduced the morale by 18 points. So that morale tracker will be down here at 1. And then we roll a d6 and we win if we get anything besides a 1. Okay, so I'm gonna start in this area and I'm gonna head into this area. So let's see here, movement points. To enter vacant area adjacent to an area with a German unit is 2. So I'm planning of going in here and then heading back actually, and then up here. That's my plan anyway. So we are in turn 1. I'm also thinking about next turn I will get armor. So I'm also thinking that I should prepare for that. That I only want to have 3 infantry groups in one area, so I can bring that armor to that group. So I think what I'll start with, I'll use this group here and activate this area and head into Bevrau. Okay, and let's reveal the German, and it's a fanatic. That's unfortunate. That's the one that I hate the most of all, because if you don't perform an overrun, it's a stalemate. And stalemates lead to bloody streets, and bloody streets leads to the loss of morale. So we're gonna use this unit as the lead element. So let's first calculate the Germans' attack value. It's 5 plus 2 plus 1, that's an 8. And since his value is 5, I mean, we would like to have like 10 more than him, but that's not really going to be possible. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And even if we were to add engineer support and artillery support, I think it's going to be rather hard to roll higher than his value. That means we would have to get 6 more than him, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So artillery and engineer support. So 1 for the artillery support, 2 for the engineer support, and then 1 for combined arms, since we have infantry, engineers, and and artillery. Problem here, yeah, drawing the first one is a fanatic, so we're not off to a great start, but we should at least get a stalemate. If we roll more than him, we have currently 7 more, so we could potentially, if we roll more than him or equal. And I see a 6. I don't see the number here. There, I feel something. It's a 3. Okay, so this is good news. So he rolls 6, so they are up to 14 now. And I roll 9, so it would go up here, 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 here. Okay, so we definitely have an overrun. Well, that's perfect. So he's done for. Oh, that's the wrong counter. He's done for. And we decrease the morale by 1. So that means we succeeded. Okay. Did not expect that, to be honest. Now the question is, do I want to tempt fate and head into this area? Since these guys are fresh now, since we managed to perform an overrun. I still have artillery support and air support, but I mean, my combat value is just 11, so that could really... The defensive value alone is free for the urban areas. But I'm gonna kind of have to attempt it, I feel like, because again, I need to score 2 VP every turn to make this possible. Okay, so we have a barrage, and the barrage is gonna take out one of my lead unit, whichever unit I decide, if I don't retreat. So what I'm gonna do is instead choose to retreat, and then I'm gonna turn one of these just to show that these guys are now spent. So that's the rule of the barrage, and I can go there the next turn, and they're not gonna be able to kill me. I could actually, let's see here. I don't think it's legal for these guys to go in there, because according to the rules, if you have started an attack in an area, you cannot enter that area with another group. So these guys are instead going to head up here, and you might wonder why I'm not going to this area. It's because, remember, you can only get 1 VP per turn for these circle areas. And I'm still contemplating, because I kind of want next turn to bring that artillery in to one of my infantry groups, so that means I kind of have to split them up, but if I do that, I'm gonna lose 2 combat value for this turn, so that might not be the smartest idea. If I'm lucky, it's a low value like this, 5, I can deal with that, but if I get a 7 elite, for example, well, then I'm gonna be in trouble. But I think I'll try that actually anyway, so I'll go with 3 of my guys, and next turn hopefully they will be supported by one of those artillery units. I still have engineers and stuff, and there's no rain. Oh, 6, okay, that's okay. We have an ambush, so the ambush is gonna eliminate the lead attacking unit after combat. Their combat value is 9. My combat value is, I'm gonna use this as my lead, so that's 4. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as well. And then I'm using my artillery and engineer support. So I gain 4 more in combat value. 2, 3, 4. So I like to have 5 more to really be safe, but you can't be safe all the time. Okay, so this should actually be okay. 6 more, so it goes to 15. 4 more, so it goes to 19. I gain 7 more, so I go to 20. So we actually managed to capture that area. That's good news. However, we do lose this unit. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Okay, and that's pretty much it. What we can do. Okay, so we go to the end phase, and end phase is not really doing anything right now. Yeah, we should also decrease the morale by 1. Okay, so that means we go to the new phase, and so we have the dawn phase, and this time we do have reinforcements. So we have this artillery, and I guess I will put it in this group here. And then we have the random event. We would roll if we had a leader here, which we do not. So roll for the random event, and we pray that we don't get rain. And we get 12, 13, 14. Let's see, that's supply dice halved, rounded down this turn. I'm actually fine with that. Okay. And we get a really high number, so that's actually very good. So here we have 11, 14, so that is going to give me 7 VP. Okay, so I'm going to spend 1 VP to get this guy back to the group. And then I have 6 VP remaining, so I'll just do 2 more of this. 2 more artillery supports and engineer supports. Okay, so we should have refreshed this troop. So let's go ahead and keep attacking. I'm gonna go with this group now, and this time these units here are moving into this area, and these guys are moving over here to attack this position. And we have an ambush. I'm going to use this as my lead element. The enemy's attack value is going to be 8. I really hope that I remember to add the +1 when fighting in this position. I kind of want to say that I forgot to do that it was a 10. So then that would have been a stalemate, pardon me. But I think actually I forgot to do that, but that's Fog of War, guys. 8, 9 in combat value with the morale. And we have a combat value 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as well. And you know the deal, we use our artillery and our engineers. So we go up 4 with combined arms. 13. Let's go ahead and roll. And I see they roll really high. So I think that's going to be a stalemate. I go up to 19 and they roll 10. So they also go to 19. That's a shame. And then I lose this due to the ambush. Okay, so we have this group here. So they are going to head into this area. And we have a barrage. I'm going to reduce or lose 1 infantry group. This is going to be the lead element. They have a 6 in defense value. I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 5 more than they have. So that should be doable. I think, let's see here. I might consider using actually the engineer and artillery support in hopes of having an overrun and then moving into this area and clearing that up. I think that's kind of a good plan. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and roll. And they roll 5, we roll 6. So we go to... See here with the artillery support that we had, where were we at? We had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so we would go to 14, and then with 6 we go to 20. So we're definitely done an overrun because they go to 11. So the barrage is done for, and morale is lowered by 1. So it's an overrun, so we managed to break these guys. So let's see here. I can attack from this area. So oh no, I can't. I don't want to go to that area. Okay, I was planning to go here, but I actually can't because these guys are in the way. But they are fresh, so I should be able to activate this area later. So what I'll do then is I activate this area, and these guys move up here. And then I activate this area. Remember, they're fresh since they performed an overrun, and it should be enough movement points to move in here. and then 3 to move in here. We have 6 movement points, so we're 1 movement point good to go. And they have an attack value of 9. I have an attack value of 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I'm definitely going to use my last air support and engineer support. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're at 15, so we should definitely be able to do this. And again, yes, we remember the high morale. And they rolled really bad. I can't see this one. Okay, I rolled 10, so it's another overrun. So this one is done. We decreased the morale, and we are fresh again. So with the freshness, since I don't have any support, I'm not going to attack anything, but I am going to move up to this area here, so that I, in next turn, can keep going for these circles. Okay, so let's see here. Here we had a stalemate, and I can't remember if you're allowed. I don't think you're allowed to retreat. I would very much like to retreat from that position. I'm just going to quickly read it. Stalemate. Retreat is not required in case of mandatory attacks. May retreat voluntarily, so I'm actually going to go ahead and retreat them. You should have done that right away, of course, but I take the liberty of doing that. So that is going to be the end of the phase, and we have, I mean, we're down to 15 VP now, so we have done pretty good for ourselves, but we have also been quite lucky with most of the situations so far, and definitely with the random event, we haven't had a single time of rain. Okay, so we are in the next phase, and let's see here, we gain one of these, so they are going to go to that area. And then let's see, random event phase, and we roll 7, 10, and that's another none. Wow, that is lucky. Okay, that's the best one you can get, because the other ones are just plain bad. So if we can roll some really high here now for the supply points, we can really crush some Germans. I mean, it was a very bad roll, but it's still, I get 8 points. That's more than I got last turn. So I'm gonna, for 2 points, I'm gonna return these guys. Let's see here, he should go with him. And then for the 6 points remaining, I do 2 artillery supports and 2 engineer support. I still got armor and air, but I haven't had a chance to use that. If I had more supply points, I would definitely go for both armors, especially armor, that's very good, but also for air. The air support is really good when you're going into these zones, which are very hard to beat. Okay, so we're gonna start off by activating this area and try to get rid of this barrage guy. So he has 6 plus 2, that's 8, 9 with the high morale. I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I would actually only kind of need 1 engineer to beat him. So the good thing though is if I use the RT, I get combined arms, so I get 1 more. So I kind of feel like it's worth it. So I'm gonna, I don't want to risk it. So I gain 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little bit overkill, but I just feel like it's a good choice. So let's go. And I get 6, he gets 7, so I definitely win. And then we have captured another area. And let's go ahead and move these guys now. So that area was, let's see, it was a suburban area. So I now need to go into an urban area to get another VP. I could choose to do it with this group as they, as these guys here could go in here later. Or I could simply go for that one, I guess. This one, the placement of this one is not that good. I'm gonna go, let's see, how many are these guys? Okay, I'm gonna use them later to head into that area. Okay, so these guys will head into that area. And it's a barrage. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, so what I'll do is I retreat with them. I don't want to lose my lead element here. And these guys are fresh since I managed to perform an overrun here. So these guys are instead heading into that area. And hopefully I don't get another barrage. I get a fanatic instead. And it's a total attack value of 10. My attack value is going to be 12. So you can bet that I'm going to use that last artillery and engineer support. So we are up to 16. So I need to roll at least 7 higher than him. I don't see that as very likely. I have 6 more combat value than him. So if I roll 1 more now than they do, I do get another overrun, but 1 more at it. I'm not so good with the dice. Oh man, look at that. Okay, I get 7, so I end up with 23, and he only gets 5, so he ends up with 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more than him. So it's an overrun, he's dead. We decrease the morale. And I hope I remember to decrease the morale for this point. Let's see, I have taken down 6 areas, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I remembered. Okay, so we're good. And that's gonna be it. I think I'll stay put with these guys, and that's gonna be the end of the turn. So let's refresh my troops. Let's put out these markers, and yeah, we're good to go. Okay, so that's we do the end phase, and honestly I read the end phase here, and I'm just gonna check. So I think end phase is just basically looking for if you have a victory or not. So let me look at the rules real quick. I have played this now quite a couple of times. I don't even see an end phase here in the rules, to be honest. So I don't know. I think end phase is just refreshing your troops. Yeah, there's not even an end phase in there. So I think end phase is just refreshing your troops and holding on to your butt for that next supply die roll. So we have the dawn phase, but we have no reinforcements. We do adjust this. We have no reinforcements, no wounded leaders. So we're just gonna go ahead and roll for random event, and we roll a 13, which is gonna be rain. Okay, but that's fair. We had no rain so far, so a little bit of rain is not that bad. We hope that we get a lot of supply points. We can get some armor support now. And I can see 2 6s and a 3. Wow, that's 12, 13, 14, 15 supply points. Well, that's gonna come in handy. Okay, so we start by using 6 points to get 2 artillery supports and 2 engineer supports. And then we'll use 6 more to get 2 armor supports. And I'm thinking of, I think I'll do the last 3. I'll get 2 more artillery supports and engineer supports. Okay, so we have to remember now the enemy is going to get a +2 and a +1 for the high morale. So that armor support is like, we're going to have to use it, or we're not going to be able to beat these guys. Okay, so let's see where we want to start off. I feel like this area would be a good place to start, since we know what it is. It's going to be a combat value of 13 though, so that's very high. So let's move in with these guys. We activate them, and combat value for them is 13, 7 + 3 + 2 + 1. So 13 in combat factor. That's very high. I have 6 and 12, as I have 6 supporting units, so I am behind them. So I'll use 1 armor support. That's 1, 2, 3, and then I'll use 1 engineer and 1 artillery. So that's 4 more, so we go up to 19. 2, 3. Yeah, so I feel like if I remove the armor support, I'm gonna go to 16. I'll just be 3 above them, and I don't feel comfortable with that, the way my dice are. So I'm gonna have to commit. And that's kind of funny. Okay, I think that was a 2 actually before I touched it. But yeah, we we rolled 12, so that's gonna be an overrun. So this guy is dead. And then these guys are fresh again, as again it's an overrun. Okay, so we're getting close to decreasing there. This is when that goes to gray, that's going to be a difference of 2 because you remove the +1 for the Germans and you give a +1 for the Americans. So again, when you do that, things change really quick. All right. Now is the question what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to take these guys since they're fresh and I'm going to move up into this area. And since it's we haven't taken down a suburban area yet, and it's a barrage, I think I'll just retreat and put my guys to spent. And I can take that next turn. And these guys can instead go to this area. Well, let's go to this area instead, I guess. So I'll go to this area. And here we have another barrage with a higher attack value. Yeah, I'm gonna commit because I want to get that VP down. So I'll commit with this guy and he's gonna take the hit. So let's see, barrage. The American player must either place 1 attacking infantry or armor unit in out of action box prior to combat. So yeah, so he goes to the out of action box. This is gonna be my lead. So they have 8, 6 first for the unit, 2 for the area, 1 for high morale, and 2 for their reign. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They have 8, 10, 11. Okay, so we're at the same level. So I am just going to use artillery support and engineer support. So we gain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 3 above them. Yeah, I'm gonna use the armor. I'm gonna be a little bit like a coward now, just because we don't have that. When that drops, I'm gonna be. I promise, I'll be more reckless. Okay, let's go ahead and roll. And pretty equal die. I rolled 7, they rolled 7, so he is dead, and that is also gonna be. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is not an overrun, actually. So decrease the morale by 1. And spent. I am going to move, let's see here, I'm going to get some support now, and this is 3 units. So I'm going to move one of these guys over 1, 2, yeah, I'll move them here. And these guys will move here. Okay. And that is going to be the end of this turn. Okay, so we are done. We go to the next turn. We go to the dawn phase. And these guys are going to be placed out. There's 3 units and 1 leader. So remember, you don't count the leader. Stacking limit is 4. So they are going to go ahead and move. Let's see here. I'll move them over. Oh. Clicking around is too much. I'm gonna move them over here. And then we have no leader, so we have random event, hopefully not rain. And we have 9, 14. Okay, so 14 is supply is half down, halved and rounded down. And not a good supply roll this time. We have 6, 10. So we have 5 supply points only this turn. That's not very good. Whoops. 5. Okay, so we don't have rain though, so that's a positive. So for the 5, let's see here. This one has a lead element of 6. And then it has 5 supporting units. It's going to be an 11 in attack power. And that's pretty good. And then we have one here with 12 in attack power. So I might just wait with bringing this guy on board and instead use those 5 points for decent support. So I'll use 3 points to get 1 more artillery and 1 more engineer. So we're down to 2. And yeah, those 2 points, what should I do with them? Let's do 2 more artillery, I guess. Nah, I'm gonna get this guy back for 1 point. And I'll be +1 when it comes to combat. And for the last point, I'll do an artillery support. So I don't have any tank support this turn, but there's no rain. So that's the positive part of it. Okay, so that should be it. So we go to our combat phase and we have a nice area here, which we're definitely gonna go ahead and take. I might even take that with this group because it's just gonna be, let's see, they have 6 plus morale, that's 7, and these guys are gonna be at 10. So I feel like I barely need to use anything. Maybe I'll go with these guys actually, because they have a higher combat factor. So I think that's the best choice to make right now. I don't have too much support on my hands, so I can't really overcommit either. Okay, so let's see here. 4, 6, 7 with the high morale, and I'm at 12. So I'm actually not going to be using any support at all the first time I do that. Let's hope it doesn't bite me in the ass. Well, they get 1, I get 5, so I go up to 16. And they get 6, so they go up to 13. Okay, so that's good. We did take them out, and we did not have to waste any of our support. Okay, so let's see here. I kind of want to do 1 more attack now and get that down. That's going to be wonderful. Then we can steamroll them. It's these areas, man, but they scare me. They still scare me with this strong morale. But I have, that's 12. I can add 4, so that's going to be 16. So I'm going to do it. The only bad thing that could happen now, famous last words, is if I get a fanatic. I get an elite, and I mean, they are intimidating, they are, but they're not that intimidating. They can roll 3 dice instead of 2, and you take the 2 best values. Okay, so they have an 8 plus 3 plus 1. And I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we are at the same right now. I use 1 engineer support, 1 artillery support, so we go to 16. The bad thing now is if we get a stalemate, because then when we roll for bloody streets, the elite have a +1. Okay guys, this is it. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is bad news, guys. Of course I roll so badly when I'm up against the elites. Okay, so we discard this. So I gain 3, so I'm up to 19, and they get 8. So they go to 19. So we have a bloody stalemate. Of course we do. Of course we have a stalemate when we find the elites. That's horrible, guys. That is really horrible. I am contemplating whatever I should try to act and stop this. So what I could do is I could take my Task Force Hogan, activate them together with Smarts here, and move into this area and try to engage them to lower the morale to 9, and then they wouldn't have that positive for the next round. Let's see, I've taken down so far 9 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have an inner support, I have artillery support. Next turn might be horrible rain. So I'm gonna go for it. So first we move into that area, that's 2 movement factors, and then we move into this area, that's 4, so that's 6. Okay, let's see what we got here. Another fanatic. Okay, 7, 3, that's gonna be 11. I have also 11, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, that's my lead. So we definitely use the engineer and artillery support. So we go up to 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, it's 1 for artillery, 2 for engineers, and then it's finally 1 for combined arms. And we have an infantry here, which is required, but remember, you can actually also use your half tracks as infantry. Okay, we're gonna go. I need to roll very high to be able to beat this guy, because I need an overrun, so I need to roll 8 higher than his number. I mean, I saw some good numbers on my dice there for a second. I saw a 6, but then the black ones knocked it down. So they roll a 5. So we win, but since they're fanatics, it's a stalemate. So we're gonna have 2 bloody street fights next turn. Okay, that's gonna be it. I have forgotten to flip my guys. I should have done that, but I forgot. But we all know they're spent. I think these guys actually had an overrun, so they could engage, but I don't have engineer support, so I'm not going to go for that. Okay, we go to the next turn, and we move up our turn tracker. We're running out of turns now, so we're going to roll for random events. Hope for not something horrible. We get a 10, thank God. That's nothing, that's the best one. So you can see how different it is. Last time I got rain almost every turn, and this turn I got instead nothing very many times. Let's go ahead and roll, hope for high. Man, 8, that sucks. That's a very low number, is not what I need right now. I use 1 point for 2 points for engineer support, and then once more. So I should have 3 left, and then I'm contemplating getting an armor support. That would be good. Remember, you can't use armor support if you have this one, one of these 3 armored tokens. Yeah, that's one thing I played incorrectly last game. I counted the artillery as armored, and I asked the designer, and you shouldn't. So you shouldn't count them as artillery either, by the way. But that's another story. Okay, I got 3 more points. Yeah, I'll do an armor support. This is still going to be enough for 2 groups. So I think that should be all right. Okay, so we activate our units, and now we have the horrible bloody streets. 5, raise morale by 5. Sorry, by 1. 6, flip the American units to their spent side and raise morale by 1. So we start with this area. God damn it. They're spent, raise the morale. This area, they have a +1 since they're elites. Thank God, they roll a 2, so still it's very annoying that we did lose that morale, but it is what it is. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is, in this contested area, we're gonna go ahead and fight. And let's see here, they have 8, 3, that's 11, plus high morale, that's 12. And I also have 12. I have this as my lead and 6 supporting units as 3 infantry units with their leaders, so 12. So the elite thing is gone now, so I'm just going to use my engineer and artillery support. So that's going to lead me up to 16. That should be... I mean, he's an elite, so he's still gonna... If I don't get him, he's still gonna mess with me, so I'll use that armor support. I don't dare to risk it. I was a little bit not careful now, and that's when this plan went to hell. So we used armor support. We're gonna see if that's a smart move or not. Yeah, they roll 9, so they go to 18 and 21. I roll 4, so I go to 1, 2, 3, 4. I go to 23. So using that armor was the right move. We decrease morale by 1. Spent. These units are going to move into this post-stadion. And I mean, I would even take a sniper before more of those fanatics. I should have kept my mouth shut. Okay, they have a combat value of 6, 7. I have a combat value of 12. So I should definitely be able to do this. But I am not going to risk it. I am going to use my engineer and artillery support, gaining 4 more. Because I don't want to lose more morale. And we're so close now to bring them down. So here goes. And they roll 4, I roll 7, so it's definitely an overrun. And we gain 1 morale. The morale now goes to Shaken, so we have a +1, and they will not have their +1. So this is going to be a big difference moving ahead. As long as we can keep the rain away and get a decent amount of supply points. So let's go ahead and reduce our units. Sorry, refresh our units, and that's all of them. And yeah, so next turn we get these guys. I'm gonna put them together with them. All right, so we go to the next turn. And we roll for random event and hope we don't have rain. And I threw this dice outside of the dice tower. We have 13. I think that's rain. Yeah, it is rain. Okay, so we have rain. Let's hope... Oh, should be there. Let's hope we can get some decent amount of supply points then. I mean, that's a very good roll. 9, 13. Cannot complain about that roll. So I'll use... First of all, let's see here. I'll buy 2 artillery support, 2 engineer support, and that's going to set me back 6. And I'm contemplating whether I should get a lot of armor support. How many areas do I want to take this turn is the question. I'll get 2 armor support. And then I get 1 more artillery support. And that's it. Okay, so we have rain, so we have to remember to add 2 to our dice rolls. I am gonna go with these guys. See here. I'll use these guys to go into this area. Whoops. And we have an ambush. That's fine by me. I will use, let's see, should I change the lead unit then? I'll lose 2 attack power if I do. Let's see, if I use him, I have 12. If I use him, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I lose 2 attack power if I change my lead unit. So I'm just going to go for him and then get him back for 2 supply points next turn. So they have 7, and then they have 9. Thanks to the damn rain, I have 12. So I am going to use 1 artillery support, 1 engineer support, and that ends us at 16. So we should definitely be able to do an overrun. 4 dice. Oh, actually I go to 17 because I have a +1. Okay, let's see what I rolled. I rolled 7, he rolled 6. So I go to 24, he goes to 15. So that's definitely an overrun. We reduce the morale. And these guys are fresh, so they can attack again. However, he goes to the out of action box. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this group and go to an urban area. And we have a sniper, that's fine. He has 9, and then +2 because of rain, so 11. I have 12, +1 because of the shaken morale. So I think I'll just go for that engineer and artillery support again. So that's +4, so we go to 17. And then we go ahead and roll. And we roll 6, we end up on 23. He rolls 9, so he rolls 17, 18, 19, 20. So not too far behind us. And they lose morale. I will have to take a leader, so I take Walker to the out of action box. Okay, so do we wanna activate this unit is the question. Feel like I kind of want to do that. I'll leave them. Okay, so they are all done. We go to the end turn. There's nothing to refresh because I've been lazy as usual and forgotten to put them to the spent side. So we go to the next turn. We only have 2 turns remaining now. So now really time is of the essence. So let's go ahead and roll for random event. So this should be on the sun side. So we roll 6, 8, and that's rain. And supply points give us 5. Are you serious, dude? We get 5 supply points. So we do this one for 2. And for 2 we get an engineer support. And for 1 we get 1 more artillery support. Okay, that's kind of lame. Okay, so we should also roll for the leader. 1 to 2 KIA, 3 to 4. Why am I always so unlucky with the leaders, man? I don't know why, but I am. Okay, so rain is bad. That gives them a +2. We have some support, and we really need to start taking these guys out. So we're just going to have to push it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack one of these areas because the key is taking them out because they're minus... they're -2 morale for the Germans. So you just gotta be careful not to lose because then you lose morale. So we're gonna go ahead and head into this area here. And we have an elite. So that's gonna be 13 combat value +2 because of rain, so they have 15. I have 12. I use my engineer support, artillery support, and armor support. So artillery support, engineer support, armor support, combined arms, and the +1 because of Germans having shaken morale. So they get 3 dice, they take the best 2. I mean, that's fantastic. So they roll 6. Not even with 3 of the dice they would beat me. I roll 9, so my final combat value is going to be 29. They roll 6, so their final combat value is 21. So I beat them, and they lose 2 morale because of that. So that was a very good outcome. Let's go ahead and mark up these areas. Next area for attack is going to be this area. They will activate and head into Rittergut Kalofen, whatever it's called. Oh man, I totally missed that we have an area here to deal with. I've totally missed that, and that also means that we should have rolled for Bloody Streets. So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll now, and roll a 1, so we're fine. I don't know how many turns I've missed that, but in reality, it doesn't really matter because. The reason why it doesn't matter is because I would have dealt with it as soon as I've noticed it, and I notice it now. So if I wouldn't deal with it now, I would have dealt with it before. So let's see, we have a combat value of, let's see there first, 10, 12 with the rain, and we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I am gonna use armor and artillery support. So, or maybe I should just use, first of all, I get +1 because of shaken morale. And then I gain, let's see here, I'll use the artillery support. So then I gain 2 because of combined arms. So we're 2 ahead. But I don't feel like that's enough, so I'm going to use the armor support, so we gain to 17. Okay, let's go ahead and roll. And I could have just beaten them, but it's easy to be smart afterwards. So they are dead, and they lose 1 more morale. Let's go ahead and put these guys to spend, or I'm just gonna forget one more thing. So I rolled 11, and that makes me end on 28, and they rolled 8, so they would be on 20, and their combat value was 27, so that's a fresh, so they're actually fresh. It's an overrun. So I could use them to attack further. See, they have a combat value of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so they have the same value. So I might want to attack, for example, this area. It should be doable, even with the rain, since I have no support left, but kind of have to drop this morale down. So I am gonna go and be a little bit reckless now that we don't have that horrible support left. So it's a sniper, that's fine. They have 6 and +2, so that ends them up at 8. I have 11 +1 because of the shaken morale, so I'm 4 ahead, so it should be doable. And let's see, I can't see the 1 here. Ooh, this is gonna be tight. I roll 7, so I end up at 19, and they roll 11. 6, oh crap, no. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't believe it. Are you kidding me, man? Okay, so it's a stalemate, and I also lose Hogan here due to the sniper fire. Well, that's horrible, but that's how we go sometimes. Just gotta accept it. Okay, so that was bad. I am gonna go ahead. I'm contemplating whether I should attack this area. I mean, the round ones, usually they're not that high, but they can be, I think they can have up to 6. So you shouldn't be too sure about victory if you don't have support. With this one being low though, you kind of feel like you should be able to do it. Let's turn them over to spent. We also have this area which we could go into, but we have to remember if we lose, we also lose morale. So it's not that good. All right, we have only 1 more turn. So that means next turn we can only take 1 suburban area. So if we took 1, we go to 3, and then if we took 1 of these, we would go to 0. But if we're really unlucky, we have a roll of 16, 17, 3, or 18, which means no supply dice and no attacks this turn. Actually, that's 3 and 18. 6 to 17 is 3rd Battalion units may move but not attack. And 3rd Battalion is over here, so it's my strongest unit. I mean, we're gonna have bloody streets here, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end the turn. I don't dare to push on. So we're gonna go ahead and roll next turn now. First we're gonna roll for this guy. And it's a 2, so he's also killed. I swear to God, I have the worst of luck. I never had a leader survive while recording. There's something wrong with that. Let's go ahead and refresh our units, by the way. Yep. Okay, so then we have random event. And I would even take rain now, to be honest. We rolled 9, so that's going to be rain. So we have rain. And then we're all for supply points. If we get a high number now, we're probably going to win. If we get a low number, we're probably going to lose. Crap. 6 supply points. That is not good. I'm going to do 2 artillery support, 2 engineer support. But again, that is really not good. I'm going to use this to go into this area. Hopefully it's not a fanatic. It's a barrage, that's completely fine. We lose 1 of our infantrymen. Combat value is going to be 12, 14, wow. With the rain, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with shaken morale. We use 1 artillery support, 1 engineer support, so we end up at 16. So it's really just dice against dice now. I'm only 2 ahead. And what is that? A 3, I think we made it. 7, so I end up on 23, and he got an 8, so he ends up on 22. Oh man, oh man, oh man. That is 1, 2 points. But we still have, I see a bloody street, which is very annoying. Over here. I mean, that kind of counts, doesn't it? Nah. Whew, we made it. 5 to 6. 5 is raise German morale by 1. 6 is flip the guy. Okay, so we are gonna go and have the battle here. So they have 4, 6, 8 with the rain. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 1 because of that. And I actually think I'm contemplating whether I should just go for it. I could potentially use this group to capture that area too. That's -1, and that would guarantee my win, because this is the last turn, and the next turn, if I roll a 1, if I have 1 in morale left, I'm gonna lose. So let me take these guys here first and see what happens. It's an ambush, so we remove 1 of our guys. So 10 in attack value. I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 1 because of that. I add artillery and engineer support, and I go up plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm 5 ahead. Should be doable. And also ambush, by the way, I'm not losing him until after the fight, so I'm actually at 16. Whoops. I mean, that's not good. I roll, let's see here, 5, so I end up on 21. He rolls 10, so he ends up on 20. Wow. We captured 1 more area, and it was really, really, really close. It was an extremely close call, but we did it. Okay, so they are spent, and these guys are spent, and also capture the area. So we have really only 1 more thing to do, and that is that area. Again, they would have a 6, 8, and I would have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus 1 because of the low morale. So I'm gonna try. I am gonna try. Oh, I see a 6 if I don't knock it out. Oh! Okay, 6, I go to 17. 3, I go to 20. 10, let's see, he's at 8, so he goes to 18. So we won. Close call, that's a 0. So we have now brought the Germans back to 0 VP. So that means now at the end of the turn, let's refresh our guys just for fun. At the end of the turn now, we don't get an automatic victory, obviously, because to get an automatic victory, you have to take down all of these German forces. Now we roll a d6, and if it's higher than the morale, we win. If it's equal or lower than the morale, we lose. But since the morale is at 0, you know, we can't lose. And we roll a 1. So that was extremely lucky that we took down the morale to 0, because otherwise we would have been screwed now. But that's it, guys. I told you that it works. I cheated a little bit with the Bloody Streets because I simply did not see it. But again, if I would have seen it, I would have dealt with it right away. And I did roll for the Bloody Streets. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh, I'm completely exhausted. Like I was sitting on the edge of my chair, like I'm leaning back now. I was sitting on the edge of my chair the entire game. I also have this pressure that I'm like, yeah, I told you guys, this system works. So I felt like I had a pressure to show you guys how it worked. I also kind of felt like I wasn't too lucky with the supply dice. I think I got good supplies 1 turn out of 9, because the games where I have won, I've always used air support. Air support is very fun. And I used far more armor support as well. So I think I was a little bit unlucky with the supplies, but I was very lucky. I had several turns where nothing happened, and that is just the best, because you get a normal amount of supplies and you don't have that nasty +2 for the rain and so on. So that's actually very good. The rain is horrible. If you get too much rain, it's gonna be done. Well, I told you guys it works, and yeah, this is a very good game. Like it's surprisingly good for being a magazine game, because I mean, obviously there can be good magazine games. We have the previous one, Islands of the Damned, is really great. Both of those games are very good, but I will say that the Wake Island one, where it's a state of siege kind of engine where you defend, it's better than the area movement one like this. But the area movement one is also very fun, although this one is a more streamlined version. It's not so fiddly and there's not so many questions and so on. And again, for a magazine game, this is really, really good. So if you can get your hands on this one easily alone is worth $45. And then you get another game and a cool magazine on top of that. So this is actually, in Europe, I think it's kind of hard to get your hands on. Like, it's a bit unfortunate being a wargamer and European, because so many games are only available in the US. And like, if I order this for $45, well, the shipping is going to be like $30, and then you have the import fees. But Islands of the Damned I got from Second Chance Games, and Gamers HQ in Germany is another tip. They also sometimes have these types of games. And then there is the French one, and I can't quite remember. I bought the Rattenkrieg postcard game from them. Man, I can't remember. I'm just gonna have to, let me slide over here to my computer, because I want you to be able to find these games. It's called Filbert. Let's see here, filbert.com, and that's Filibert. That's where I bought Rattenkrieg, and again, Islands of the Damned I got from Second Chance Games. So when you do it that way, it's going to cost more than $45, of course. Maybe it will be like $60 or $70, but you won't have to deal with that, the import fees. You won't have to deal with the $30 shipping or $20 shipping. I don't know how much it is, so I shouldn't say anything. But I think it's at least $15 shipping, since the magazine is obviously going to be smaller than a big box game. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop talking because I can talk forever. Also, I'm happy to say that I'm pretty sure that audio is gonna be better for this video than it was for the casino game, because as I was playing the casino game, as I was starting to record, I had like a kind of a very thick shirt on me with the microphone strapped onto it. And I wanted to take it off because it felt like it was too hot. I have the studio lights on, which makes it kind of hot. So I took it off. The only problem was this stayed on the jacket. So as I turned off the video and was going to take off my microphone, I looked down on my chest and I saw, what? There's no microphone. Well, because the microphone was still on that thick jacket, and the thick jacket was hanging on the back of my chair. So I was like, oh no, I played for like 1.5 hours, but I looked at a video and you could hear me, just the audio was not as good as it usually is. And these wireless microphones are really great. And I think like watching videos, because I do watch playthrough videos myself, I enjoy that, and many other wargaming videos. And I think like one of the most important things is good audio. First years when I was doing this, I didn't have these nice lights, I didn't have this nice tripod, and I certainly didn't have microphones. So I mean, the audio was from the phone, just the phone, is really bad. And so I'm so happy that I decided to get these microphones. It's increasing the quality of these videos so much. Well, I promised you that I would stop talking, and now I really am going to stop talking. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that I didn't do too much fog of war, too many mistakes, but that's part of the game. That's part of gaming. I promise you. Set up a camera and record yourself. You're gonna have a few moments of yourself. That's the way it works with these kind of games. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more stuff like this. I would greatly appreciate if you would comment on the video. That really makes me happy. Liking the video and sharing it is also very cool if you helps my channel to grow. Okay guys, again thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time.